this video, and there's going to be multiple videos because there are a ton of cards that come in for this card swap. Just looking at the comments over here. There are a ton of cards that come in for the card swap that I'd love to show all the inspiration. Let's jump right in here in a minute. Let me do my little intro here for a second. And I'm going to give you a little bit of the nitty gritty, and then we're going to jump in and talk about all the cards. Welcome to the show. Okay, so what are we all about? First of all, let me know if we've got good sound and all that stuff. It's been a little while since I've been live. There's been a lot going on, which I'll fill in towards the end. So just the card swap. If you want to be a part of the card swap, you still have time. Cards need to be put in the mail by October 7th, unless you're international. And then I'm going to ask you to pop your cards in the mail about a week earlier. Hello, everybody who's on. I see some people who've been commenting. Welcome, welcome. So there's still time. What are the qualifications? Well, first of all the information is in the link in my info section. So if you're on Instagram, go to my bio. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, a link is in the information section. It takes you to my website where everything is there, how to join, what to click, how much it is, all that kind of fun stuff. And so just make sure you go take a look there. But the gist of it is either you can send in 10 cards, you can send in 20 cards. I swap them all around and then I mail them back. And the whole point of doing this, at least this is from my point, there's a few points. Number one, it gives you a ton of, like, you're part of a group. We have a Facebook group. We share inspiration. These videos go there. We talk about it. The group is awesome. So if you're wanting to know anything about card making, we do these swaps year round. This is just the big Christmas one. And let me tell you, it's big. We get over like 4,000 cards. It's insane. It's huge. And it's so much fun. Number two, when you get your cards back, you have inspiration. You sent me 10 cards or 20 cards. That's what your options are. But then you get 10 or 20 cards back that are totally different. And I don't know about you, but I'm a tactile person, which is why I love hosting these swaps. I love to see, touch, and feel the cards. Cards have cool textures. They have fun ways that they open. There's so many cool things about cards, the techniques that you do on them, the products that are used, all of that I'm a very tactile, touchy-feely kind of person. So I love to feel them and touch them. And so if I have them in my person, they're like on-site inspiration. But if you've only sent in 10 cards, you're only going to get 10 cards back. So how do you get even more inspiration? Well, that's where these videos come in. So I do these videos. I actually wrote it down. We have 48 different cards that we're going to be looking at today. And what I mean by different is like different design, different texture, and there's some, like I counted this as one, even though there's 4 here. This is just one idea, but I'm giving you 4 versions of the same idea. So it really is way more than 48. And they're all related to the holidays. So it's open to Christmas, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, like you name it, anything holiday, New Year's, winter, all fits kind of into the club. So nobody feels excluded. Everybody is welcome. Qualifications are, it has to be an A2 size card, meaning it has to fit into an envelope that would fit it's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. So as long as it fits inside this envelope, and there's a few exceptions here I'm going to show you about why they could be a little bit different, but as long as it fits in the envelope, you're good to go. And they need to be handmade. How you choose to handmade them, totally up to you. But now let's go ahead and jump in and let me show you all the fun stuff about the swap. And no, there's still plenty of time to be part of the swap. A link is in the information section, a bio for Instagram for you to still join. All right. Let's get rolling. Let's get rocking and rolling. We're going to flip the cameras around. I am going to quickly grab the camera here we go. Oh, that's really wobbly. Hang on. We're trying to get everybody in the club here, and I got a new phone, so everything's all different. All right. Sorry if you see a little bit. Sorry. We're rocking and rolling with stuff here. Okay. There we go. I know you're seeing a little extra. Let me move that out of the way so it's not so disturbing. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I am maneuvering another camera so we can have Instagram be live too. I like to stream in as many places as possible. So if you are one of those people that has put your cards in for being part of the swap and you have linked your social media, then I will try to do your job to tag you. So if you've not yet linked it, go ahead and do that. All right. Are we able to clear it? There we go. All right. Instagram, I can't see your comments, but for everybody else, I can see them. Okay. So here is our first card. Let's flippy. Look how gorgeous these are. These cards, another thing I would love for everybody to do for a couple of reasons is put your name on the back of the card. A lot of people have these gorgeous stamps. They're stickers. You can signature it. You know, there's stamps you can get. you name it. There's a whole bunch of different ones for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't give your card back to you by accident, because when I swapped them around, I told you I got like 4,000 cards. I cannot remember what image your card was when it got sent to me. And number two, this is your piece of art. This is your little art, not little, but little in size, gorgeous piece of art that you need to claim. And any artist who does art, and this is art, puts their signature on it. So that is what you need to do for yourself as well. Claim your card, claim that you have made this. This is your wonderful piece that you need to make sure that you give yourself credit to. Okay, now that little spiel is done. Here we got this one. So now we have Misty Obar. She has her gorgeous little stencil, and I love this. So what she has done is, I believe this is a stencil that she has gone through and she has ink blended. So she placed the stencil down. It had a couple of different layers of fun bubbles, and she has gone and done some beautiful stencil work. And then I think there's another layer on top. That's how she got all of it. So it's lots of layers of stencils. This is my best guess because I do not know for sure exactly how this person did it, how Misty did them. On top of that, she then did this part, I do know for sure. She did some heat embossing. So here you can see this one is in, she did purples and blues, all these gorgeous colors, and you can see that shine. There's that little super beautiful shine. It's matted on the back with a purple. This one, she went with silver with all of the gorgeous yellow colors. Here she went more oranges and reds. So that's the color of the mat. Sometimes it was a foil, sometimes it's a glittery paper, sometimes just cardstock. And then here we've gone into a teal version. Then she went in and heat embossed. So whatever kind of theme for color, this one she did silver to kind of contrast the yellow for the heat embossing. So she stamped and she heat embossed with like a glittery embossing, and it's also done up here at the top. So this is a really, really cool card. Then she's got here, we have a Happy Hanukkah. See, Merry Christmas, Jingle All the Way, and Wishing You Love and Light. So she changed up what the sentiment was, cut it to size so it fit on each of them. And then each of the cards open like this. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. And let me tell you, when she sent these in, she did 20 cards of these. Every single one, they were like the rainbow of colors. There was blues. And if there was another yellow, no two yellows were exactly the same. They were all a different gradient and they were gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this is our first entry for this 2023 card swap. I'm loving all the cards. Okay, I got to find a spot for them all so they don't get totally overwhelmed. Got to make my piles here. I don't mess up. All right. Next, we have a set of cards. Look how cute these are. I love them. Now, sometimes I'll obviously show color variations, but this is what I would call a card. This one is by a Diana M. I'm not going to butcher that last name. There we go. And I love fun opening cards. So this is this is like a die, or this could also have been done like on a Cricut or a silhouette. This could be a cut file. And it basically has a partial cut of that Christmas tree. Where that Christmas tree is, it lines up perfectly with a Merry Christmas that is all lined up. She did these in foil, very similar for all of them. And then she's got a little bit of a banner here. So she's got more Christmas trees with some more of that red foil. It's all done on a few different colors of cardstock. But when it's all closed up, I mean, if you left it open, that'd be too big. But because it folds back, it still fits inside the envelope. So totally cool. And then when you open it, she's got a little sentiment, wishing you the happiest of holiday. And then a little more of that red foil just kind of showing off there. So really fun. And I just love how she's changed up the color of the tree of the cardstock, but she's kept everything else just like really cool. It's really fun. I love those cards. I love cards that are shiny and pretty and they're just fun. All right, the next set of cards we have are from, oops, there's one more for this patch. This one is from Katie K. She's the one who sent them in the earliest. I always give about 3 or 4 months to get the cards in because I know some of us need a little bit of time and you may have this. So I give plenty of time for the cards to come in. You still have all the rest of August, all of September, and a week into October to get the cards to me. And the cards will be returned to you by the end of October. So you have all of November and December to enjoy the cards, to do as you please. Some people love to keep them. Some people like to pass them on. Just depends up to you. So these are a fun set of cards. I love the bright and cheery papers. They're just so, they just scream happiness. They're just so fun and bright. So if you've got a set of papers, this is what I love about all these card swaps. They're great inspiration that are part of a pack. They kind of go together. This is a great way to like mix and match the colors out of those paper packs and make like fun card designs. So she picked one of the pattern papers for the background. Here we have a dark green, and then she did another pattern paper that's probably from the same pack on top of that. And then she has a little bit of red where she stamped Christmas greetings. Similar concept, but she just changed out which one was in the back. This one she didn't matte because there was enough of a contrast. This time we stamped it in yellow, or she stamped it in yellow. Here she did a matte, but she did two different little pieces of color because maybe she ran out of the big pieces and there was little sections left over. So she's like, oh, I'll put them on either side and put the larger element in the middle. So just a little bit of fun, different change, a little extra strip in the center on the inside of the card. Because you know what? You have all those little extra bits, throw them inside the card. Have fun with that. See, and this one didn't have one, which is totally fine. Lots of funness with that. Here we have the next couple. So again, kind of in the same vein as the last set of cards. Here we have another paper pack that has lots of fun designs. So she's given a background. Here we have a border and just a simple Merry Christmas right there. And then because maybe she didn't have enough paper, or this is the cool design, she just split the two elements in half. Same concept, but going a different direction. And now the Merry Christmas is on top. Great way to use pattern paper and a great way to use up your paper. Here is another variation on using up some of the pattern paper. A little more of a subtle, this is just stars. And then here we have some bigger pieces of pattern paper with more elements. She made sure the candy cane was on there. And then a stamp jingle all the way up in the top in a circle. So just another fun way. And of course, a little something on the inside. Oh, I didn't check these ones. Oh, see, a little extra paper on the inside. Fun, fun. And those are all from Katie K, who lives, and she said she's in Iowa. We are international. Everybody is welcome to be a part of the Christmas card swap. This is not just for people that are in the United States. So anybody is welcome. Just the shipping for the return, which you pay for the return shipping, that is on you. And the prices I have listed on my website for what the return shipping. And I've made it very, very simple. You don't have to do anything in terms of like, I provide the envelope for the return. You do it in my website. You pay for the swap in my website. So therefore, your address for the return is already generated in my website. So that's why I don't have to do a self-addressed envelope. I've just simplified the whole thing. The price for the return includes the envelope, the cards, the shipping, labeling, little extra tape I might need to do. This is not a money-making thing for me at all. This is just for fun. This is just pure joy. And, I love being able to see all these amazing cards and just get inspiration from all of you. And you are the most amazing card makers. I've been doing this for years, and I still am blown away by the amount of genius ideas that come in from these card swaps. I just love it. All right, so here is the next fun one. So this is another way of using some pattern paper. It's two takes on the same kind of design. And I love cards like this where it really is like you have a design, but now like maybe you want to go horizontal with it because you have a little extra paper, or like you ran out of a certain size because maybe this was your original size, but everything is just a little too small. So flip it around and go the other way. So big, bold pattern paper in the background. So it's same for both. Then we have a dark green. This one's in the center. This one's kind of leveled up towards the top. Here we have a Merry Christmas, which is a half circle. So you've stamped it once, cut it in half, so you can get two out of the same circle. For the horizontal card, we have a little fishtail and some little gems right here. And then a banner of another contrasting color, which is the same as the fishtail. So the only difference for the vertical card is no fishtail, because there's really no room for that. And then we have a vertical banner. And instead of putting the dots here, she put them inside the semicircle. So super cute. And it opens like this. And these ones are from Jackie Marlow. And I love her little stamp. So you can find all these fun little stamps all over the place. So take a look. Sometimes you can even get them custom made. There's a few companies that you can get them, that they'll make them with your design on them. Sometimes they're self-inking. They're all over the place and they love it. All right. So anybody who has ever watched any of my card swap videos knows I love fun opening cards. And at first glance, you're like, oh, it's a standard card. It's cool. She's got different colors of paper. But wait, there's so much more. So this is one where you have a little mini card and then it's got a cool opening off to the side. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I love that. So she's got a couple of different colors of pattern paper. So with the background, she has done a background. It's that soft and it's got these beautiful little stars in gold. And that's just the cardstock doing the work for you. And then she's put a mini card on top where she's gone down by, I want to say, about a ½ an inch all the way around. Same color of cardstock, so it goes together. Then she's got a dark green, and then she has her big sentiment right here. So unto us a child is born. Beautiful. And then this little piece right here, this corner piece is just a contrasting color for something fun. And on the inside, it says sending Christmas blessings. So she's got a couple of sentiments here, which is fantastic. And then it just is really cool. So a variation of that. So see how we still have that cross, that horizontal. I love that juxtaposition of the card, how it's just something a little bit different. So here we have one where instead of it folding open, we go this direction. Instead of having a mini card, we have a whole flap that opens. So it's just another fun take on a card opening. So when it's all folded up, it still fits with the size that we want. So really cool. So here we have a full card, and she added an extra panel. So she just glued this on right here because that would be really hard to find a sheet of paper that is that long. So she has a standard card, and then she just added this little extra flap out of cardstock. On the inside, she has her sentiment. It's the most wonderful time of the year with a pattern paper. She folded this piece in. Here we have the pattern paper, same pattern paper, but you can pick whatever you like. Look what you have in your stash. A green to match, another beautiful sentiment, a joy, love, peace, believe Christmas in the shape of a Christmas tree. And then the front major covering, it's just another beautiful cardstock of gorgeous papers. So it's a great way to use some more of your really pretty paper, and then that folds up together, and just two really fun cards. I love that. And again, this is from Jackie Marlow. She did another fun one. Again, I'm a sucker for a fun fold opening. Oh, hi, Pam. Hello, hello. And you finally made it home. Pam was at my in-person retreat. And if any of you missed the in-person retreat, the virtual retreat is going to be launching here very soon. So stay tuned for that information that is coming. So, and there's kits that you can purchase too, in case you want to be a part of the entire experience, but virtually. So here we have, look at this fun opening card. So here is another one where you have a standard size card, except she's cut off this other half. Added a pattern paper, just a normal paper on the inside because everything is red. You want to have something you can write on the inside, some little gems. And then she's added this extra flap, all right? So actually that is part of the card itself. So she used a full 12-inch sheet of cardstock to fold it up. But you could always add an extra flap if you wanted to. You don't have to use a full 12-inch of cardstock. Add that flap, another sheet of beautiful cardstock. This one's in Christmas trees, a little bit of white. And then we have this gorgeous Merry Christmas, which has been die cut out or can have been cut on a silhouette or a cricket. And then she's just pop dotted that up. Really gorgeous. Another couple. Here we go. Look how beautiful these are. Again, also from Jackie Marlow. So this is a great way that if you've got a stamp, but it's black ink or self-inking, this is a great way to still put your stamp if you've got a dark colored cardstock on the back. Just put it on a sheet of paper and glue it to the back. Easy peasy. So there are some beautiful, beautiful dies, or there are some beautiful SVG cut files that are out there that you may like, how do I fit that on a card? Make it simple, make it elegant, and this is a great way to do that. So she picked a beautiful mirror board cardstock. Look at that gorgeous shine, and put it on a black cardstock. And that's as simple and as hard and as glorious as it needs to be, because the die and the cardstock, the shimmery cardstock, that mirror board is doing all the work for you. So don't have to rock the boat and think about where are all the layers. Clean and simple is gorgeous. So stick with it. No need to change it up and make it anything harder. And here's another version of the same thing. Maybe you have a gorgeous die that's kind of an off-centered die, or it's a cut file that's an SVG file. This is a great way to do those. Have a beautiful color because it's Christmas. Red and green are perfect. And then add a little bit of shimmery shine to the background, glue it down, and then open it up. Add a little something on the inside. Super easy. Why not? Oh, and then here she had a fun die that went on like the corner. So she added that to the inside of that. That's your sentiment. And it's super easy. So these either could be like I'm guessing this is a die because it's got the embossing on it, but it could be a cut file. You never know. It's just another fun way to do that. Gorgeous. And again, that was from Jackie Marlow. This time she hand wrote it, but she still stamps on there nicely. All right. This one is cute. I love this. We have some really, really cute cards. Everybody's got some really shiny papers on the cards so far. I truly, truly, truly appreciate when people go in and they will send me little cards, like they'll send me notes about how they made the cards. I'm guessing my best about how it was created. But when you tell me like what your inspiration was, is there a funny story or the things like that? So this one is from Cindy Dark. And she put in here everything about how the cards were made. So this one is the ornament cards. So I love these, number one, because the stamps she used are the cutest stamps in the world. They're all these awesome characters. Like, look at these, the Yeti, just they're the cutest characters, but they're not necessarily Christmas characters, right? You wouldn't look at this guy and go, oh, Christmas, but it's a cute character. So what she has done is she's turned it into a version of an ornament and placed it on the front of a card, because ornaments are like you can have an ornament. There's pickle ornaments. There's like, you name it, there's an ornament that there's everything. I don't know how else to explain that. So that's what she's done. She's done a textured background. So she's embossed the back, ink blended. Here you can see she's got some different textures, added her stamped image. So she stamped it, colored it, and die cut it out. And then she has that little ornaments die set that she's done in the mirror, and then added the mirror cardstock to the background, which is really kind of a fun way to do that. And then a little tether, and it's a cute little card. I mean, what a great way to use stamps that like your favorite stamps, or like, I wanted to buy that stamp set, but I've never been able to use it, or I've not found a way to kind of utilize that cutie little character. Well, this is a fun way, turn them into ornaments. Such a smart idea. All right. She has also done these gorgeous, these are create quad snowflakes. They're a stencil from Tailored Expressions, where you place them down and they're layering stencils. So you have one and she stencils it in and it's the green. Another one, she puts it down, it's all the blue dots. Another quarter of the stencil and it's the red part. Another one you put down and she did, you can see that the shimmeriness right there, right? So gorgeous. And so here's two versions. There is a few other versions of this gorgeous stencil, and it creates half the card. She stamped in the center. And then she said her and her husband, she really loves the word Merry Cryptid Christmas cards. So she got her little Yeti in there. And so that was kind of like a fun little joke between her and her husband about wishing you a very merry cryptids. Kind of a fun little thing that she put in there. She also did, so again, not necessarily Christmas when you see a dragon, but it's super cute. And so she did a couple variations on this concept. So she turned them into Christmas, even though it's like, I don't think dragons and Christmas necessarily are like, I don't think Christmas when I think of dragon, but she totally nailed it on this. So number one, she put them in cute little stockings. So she had a stocking die that she did with Christmas papers, added the top layer, added some embossing to the back. Here we did it in green. Here it's in red on a white cardstock base. And then this one, again, hitting that Christmas vibe with the colors. So the colors are definitely screaming Christmas, adding her cutie little dragon in the top. Again, some embossing. Here we have a bigger pattern paper. And then that cute teacup. So it's just a fun way of doing it. I mean, because why not, right? And then just on a cardstock base. Here we have it in craft, and then some of them are done in white. And those are all done by Cindy Dark. Cutie, cutie. All right. Trucking along. Here we have Linda Miller. Gorgeous cards by Linda Miller. So here we have a great way that we can utilize the same stamp, but using it two different ways. So here we have the Christmas tree stamp, and then you can die cut it out. First, she did it on green, did it with black ink. Then she did it on white, and she colored it in with the green ink. So it really gives that kind of cool contrast. Our circle in the background, so it looks like you're like kind of in a, it's just a really pretty contrast to the white. So that way the white doesn't go on top of white. A little bit of blue in there because it matches the blue in that beautiful cardstock. A stamp of Merry Christmas, and the only change is she changed up what the cardstock was on the side here. Gorgeous. And on the inside, same tree again, hoping your busy year comes together with Christmas cheer. But I actually, looking at this particular stamp, it looks like this is a double layered stamp. So she only used one layer here, but in this one you do two layers, and it like colors in what the leaves look like, which is really fun. I'm not sure which company makes those stamps, but it's a really cute one. I love it. And they're by Linda Miller. These ones are from Linda Miller. It looks like a quilt. I love these quilting ones. She cut it out of a whole bunch of different papers, realigned it, replaced all the elements. Sometimes she did a diamond, sometimes she did a square. These ones have been cut out of the front of the card itself, and then she put a backing on there with the sentiment, which is just really cool. And then sometimes she did it on a whole separate sheet of paper and then glued it to the front. And then sometimes they're green, sometimes they're red. Like, she just kind of played around with it and had all kinds of fun. So it's just a really cool way. Different sentiments at the bottom. Sometimes it's a little tag. Sometimes it's stamped directly on there. So fun. This is why I love, yes, Maureen, I love that you said that. I love that this card swap and all the swaps that I do, everybody's take on designs, products they're using, there's no limit. As long as you've handmade it, whatever you're choosing to do, you can do. There's no must form to this or must use that product or only this. None of that. Just fit with the theme, and our theme is Christmas. holiday, you know, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, winter, New Year's, Christmas, anything along those lines. And so there's so many different types of techniques and designs and things that you can do that, you know, I would never be able to make any of these cards, or they're techniques that I just don't do because I don't have the product. So I love all the different takes on it, and it gives great inspiration because you might have some of that stuff in your stash already or be able to make it, or it's inspiring you to go get that product possibly if you know what it is. All right, last couple of cards from Linda Miller. Again, she's got that cutie little Christmas tree. I love this. This time she did some with heat embossing in gold, and then it's got the little bit of green in the background. And then she just used it as a regular die. She didn't bother stamping it, which is cute because it's just adorable as a regular die. And so look at some of your dies. I challenge you that if you've got a stamp, there's something on that, oops. If you've got a stamp that has a die that goes with it, the dies themselves are super cute, sometimes just all by themselves. Then we've got it matted with a green because this is on the pattern paper. She did white and then mat it to the pattern paper. Because this is white, it just went straight to the pattern paper. And it's a really cute little square that she did here. This one's got an embossing corner. Merry Christmas in that gold, that gorgeous gold, and then matted with red, and then white, and then matted with red. Just, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then hoping that your busy year comes together in Christmas cheer. Fabulous. All right. Now we have a beautiful set of cards. Again, you know, I love my fun folds. They're so much fun. Thinking of you this season, opening it up. This is a gatefold card, and they're so fun. They're so easy. So instead of scoring it straight down the middle, you have two separate scores where you have little panels that come in, and they're awesome. So on each panel, you can put a fun pattern paper. Here she has a little element. The key to this is making sure when you put that element on the front, which she's done thinking of you this season, she's matted it with red, is you only glue it to one side. So you create an opening so you can open the other side. If you glued the whole thing down, your card would be stuck shut. So don't do that. And this one is by Dale M. And I'm guessing Dale and Diane are related because they have the same last name. That is my guess. That was my educated guess there. On the inside, it's the most wonderful time of the year, beautiful cardstock, and just a fun pattern. I love this pattern paper. It's so pretty. Gorgeous card. Fun card. If you want to try a fun fold, this is a good like gateway card is a better way of saying it. It's like it's a fun introduction to it. All right, here we have, and I'm not quite sure, Colton cards. She's brand new. And we have some people that have been doing this card swap, my card swap, from the very beginning. They've been doing it for like 6 or 7 years now. And we have some that are brand new every year. So I love, like, everybody is welcome to come back. Nobody's left out. I get life can be kind of crazy sometimes, but this is somebody who is brand new to my card swaps or has a new name that they're putting on the back too. That could be a possibility. So here we have a beautiful reindeer that is stamped on a manila cardstock. It's kind of like this off-whites. She put some extra little sparkles in the reindeer's antlers. I love that stamp. It's a gorgeous stamp. And then she's matted that with red. On the back of that, we have all these cute, it says, "Come on Blitzen, come on Cupid," and it's been stamped all over and over. But as a fun change, the card opens a little different. So this is another take on a gatefold card, just like we just saw, but instead of opening to the side, now we're opening it up and down. And it's not even the entire card. She then put that as a mat on the brown, which matches the brown of the reindeer. So super cute card. I love the change and kind of like the alteration of a gatefold, because now it opens different and it's a little smaller. So you can have that extra color. That extra color in the back really helps make that reindeer pop even more. So smart card. I love those. I love cards like that. Now, this is a prime example, not only because they're super cute with the funny little, I cannot talk, with the ugly sweater, the ugly Christmas sweater. I think that's just so much fun. But this is an example of a card that isn't quite what I would call an A2 size card. It's too small, but would it fit inside an A2 size envelope? And if the answer is yes, even though it's a little bulky, it's smaller than the envelope, which is fine. Therefore, it is a go. It doesn't have to be the exact size. As long as it's not too big for the envelope, you are good to go for the swap. So this is another example. She's used a card base that is already in existence, which is totally fine. So this is one that's like, she didn't make this. It was already came that way, but she added a cute little sticker, which I love this 3-dimensional sticker. I know that there was a set of stickers that were put out by a company called Paper House Productions that were all ugly Christmas sweaters, and they look just like this. So I'm wondering if that's what they were, because they like, but you could totally make that. I mean, think how cute that be to make your own little ugly Christmas sweater sticker. Isn't that adorable? And then at the bottom, we have You Sparkle and then Celebrate. Adorable. So that one is also by, she forgot, put your names on the back because I'll probably not remember that these are hers, but by Colton Cards, same person. She also did this fun little Santa. So some people are like, I have zero stuff. I don't have anything that is Christmas. Like I don't own a Christmas stamp. I don't own Christmas anything. I love card making, but I don't own any Christmas supplies. This is one you can do. Take away the embossing. You could totally do this. And let me explain why, because this is just all basic circles and cuts. So if you can cut a circle either with a punch, a die, or you could also trace it. So you could take like a bottle cap and trace it and hand cut it. That's where the nose, his beard is a circle cut in half, and his little tongue sticking out there, that little red piece, that is another circle. His eyeballs are circles, and then she put googly eyes in there, or you can hand draw them in as well. Then she has a white strip of paper here. Here we have his face, so, you know, a peachy color. And at the bottom, we have more white because it's leaning into his beard. She has put that all over black cardstock. And to emulate his hat, she has done a diagonal corner cut. Here we have a rectangle, or sorry, rectangle. That's a rectangle, people, right? We have a triangle. So you're seeing the corner because it's like an up close shot of Santa's face, right? And if you want to put a pom-pom down there or leave it alone, you can do whatever you like, have fun. And then she's matted that whole thing on red paper. So that is a fun way to use up your cardstock, and you don't need any fancy tools. Now she's added some extra fun by doing the embossing on the hat, and also she did the embossing on his beard and on his mustache just as a contrast. But you don't need anything special to make this card, which is why it's so fun, and I love it, and such a smart idea. And that's also by Colton Cards. And then she had one other fun one. I'm guessing this is either a kit, or it could have been done as like on not Instagram. I'm looking at my phone, so I'm thinking Instagram, go figure. No, it also could have been done like on your silhouette or your Cricuts. And so it's a series of layered cards. So here she has the base. And then if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's a fourth. So it's got a whole set of layers. The back is that dark blue. Then we go into that glittery blue. Then it's that lighter blue, and the very top layer is the white. And so she did a few variations of these cards in different colors. And again, as long as it fits inside an A2 size envelope, which it does, totally fine, then this is a card that is good to go. It's narrower, but that's totally fine. Doesn't matter. And they're so much fun. I can't decide. I think I like this one better just because the colors, but this one's so pretty too. I don't know. It's so hard. And I love how she's put like glittery paper and shimmery paper all in there. They're just really pretty. They're gorgeous. And they don't need a sentiment, but she hand wrote a sentiment on the inside. They're just fun. They're so cute. All right. Now we're moving into, these ones are from Joy Wilson. Love these. These are a beautiful, and I'm not sure which company has made these stencils, but it's a layering stencil, and it's the shape of a Christmas tree. So she's gone in and she did a layer with the darker green, a layer with the minty green, a layer with the dark reddish, then there's the pinkish, so any color, the yellow, it's another layer of a stencil that you just keep on placing, and you ink blend in the different colors. For this one, she actually has probably a die that's able to cut out that word joy. So she popped that up. This card, the whole front panel is popped up, and she put it on an embossed background in white. So it's just that little hint of embossing in whites. It's right there. Here she's done a little bit of a side panel, so you can see that hint of another color. So it kind of matches in with the colors of the cardstock itself. And then it just opens up this way. Very pretty. Gorgeous cards. Here we have a wonderful example of if you've got a beautiful embossing folder and you're wanting to really amplify it up, pick a dark color. She's picked this gorgeous like burgundy color. Go ahead, and this is one of those 3D embossing folders. And then on the tip of your finger, or you could also use your ink pad, it depends on what you want, lightly hit the top of all the elements of the tops. And so she did it in gold. And then to amplify and really accentuate the gold, she has this gold, it looks like a stamp, but she's turned it as a diamond. There's a little insert layer. Here we have a Merry Christmas, and that looks like it's been foiled. So, you know, like there's all the different foiling machines now. That's been a foil, a heat foil, and then more of that gorgeous gold as the background. Such a beautiful color. This would work really well if you didn't like the burgundy color. It would work really well as like a dark green, a dark blue, the black, all of those colors. Anything that's a really dark, 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 another dark red would be beautiful. All of those would be absolutely gorgeous. And then open up, she's put a white panel on the inside so you can write. And again, this is from Joy Wilson. You can just barely see her name on there. All right. Love these ones. This is another example of taking just a beautiful element. Here we have the tree. Here we have this gorgeous poinsettia. Look at that beautiful poinsettia. And making it just like the focal point of the entire card, but adding some texture to the background. So here we have a beautiful textured, she's got the 3D elements, 3D embossed background of the card, left it white, and then she has all of this gorgeous flower. So she's die cut out in the, I can't talk today. She's die cut out in the gold. She did the same die, but in white, and it looks like it's a layering die. And then she's ink blended on inside for the poinsettia, then added some extra little gold ball gems. The Happy Holidays has been foiled, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So again, that's from Joy Wilson. This one, instead of having ink blending, this is all paper piecing. So you have this, looks like a pizza slice, but it's a Christmas tree. Sorry if you hear my dog. Again, beautiful foiled or embossed background. This time she did it in a darker color to match the darker color inside the actual tree itself. And then all of this has been paper layered on top of each other. So we have all these, she's die cut, or it also could have been like a Cricut cut over and over and over, inlaid all the elements into there, layered on top, and just made it so much pretty. And then here we have that joy that's been done in that beautiful foil, and it just makes it pop. And then a few little glittery pieces here and there just for fun. And then again, this one's been done kind of like on a minty cardstock, but white on the inside. So really pretty. Another fun one from Joy Wilson. So I just had to put this in because it was just cute and adorable. And it's just so much fun. So it's a little penguin Christmas cup, and it's just winter and just all adorable. Again, lots of paper piecing. We've got the black. So it's just all little elements of cuts. She gave some extra oomph to her whipped cream on the top of the penguin hot chocolate by adding in some of a darker color with a marker. She put some little spots on her candy canes with like a gel pen kind of, or like a stickle, but it's just a white. It's just a flat white. Keep it cozy, some extra sparkly gems. I think I love this card so much because it's got teal on it, and that's my favorite color. Teal and pink. You can't go wrong with that. And then just, it's an adorable little penguin. Oh my God, it's so cute. So fun. All right. And then here is another one where she has done a wonderful job of adding all these layers, 2 versions of the same idea where she's just changed up a couple of things. So again, she's embossed the back in this beautiful textured embossing. Here we have it in red, and then we also have it in black. So it just adds this layer of just kind of depth to the card when you have that embossed background. I always forget to do that. I don't know why. For the black card, she has done the exact same stamp, but this time she has colored it in. So we have traditional colors of what you would think of all your flora, or your fauna, I should say. So we have all the pine and the berries and the holly. A little element here in the center, I'm guessing this is a whole die system. It all goes together. So it's been stamped and die cut out. The center, she's also done it with the embossing and a Merry Christmas, and that has been heat embossed. On the flip side, over here, when you go to the red card, she stamped it in red, but she did it in white and she heat embossed it. So it really creates a cool contrast. But she's added some overlays of some extra poinsettias that came. They look like the exact same poinsettias that you would find here. She just redid them again and popped them on top of here. So this one is this one. And this little guy here is this little guy here. So using multiple dies together is really cool. She left out the insert of this one and instead just stamped on the inside of it, and then popped up the center from our house to yours. So it looks like there's a few different options for what you can place in there for the sentiment, which is really pretty. And then open it up, your basic card for the black. She also, did she put one in? Yep. A little white card stuff. And she changed the opening because why not? Love those. So those are all from Joy Wilson. All right. Now we have a cute card. Look how adorable. See, everybody's are so different. This is from Christina Matthew. Great way to use up your pattern papers. So she has a red cardstock base. We go into a diamond, and in each diamond, she's put 4 corners. So a great way to use up some of the little extra cardstock pieces. She's done matching for each one, but you could do all different. A cutie little stamp, or this is actually not a stamp, that's a sticker, but you could put a stamp if you wanted to. And then just a Merry Christmas at the bottom with a little fishtail. And then it's been fishtailed also with the green to match the green. Very smart. Another fun way to use up your pattern cardstock. This time she's done an entire grid. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, each of them a little bit different. They're all the same size, matted on green. And then she has another little layer in here. Took some time. So she's got a rectangle, but she's got a diamond in the center that's in gold. And then each of the 4 corners, which is to finish up the rectangle because that's a diamond shape, are contrasting colors from, so here, this is the pattern paper. So she's mixed and matched the pattern papers and made sure that they're different than what they're overlaid. And then another fun sticker, Christmas. And then she's put an extra sticker up here, Merry Christmas up there. And it looks like it's almost part of the pattern paper because it's one of those clear stickers. And then it's just really pretty. Again, from Christina Matthew. Another fun one. So you might have all these cute stickers, or it could be a really pretty stamp and you're not sure how to fit it in because it kind of floats or does something weird. This is a great design to do a card with a fun element, but you're not quite sure how to showcase it. So she turned it into a corner element. So she's got 3 different strips of paper, or it could be washi tape or whatever you like, in 3 different fun colors. Then we also have a strip in craft cardstock, and then you just trim off the edge. So it's like you place it on there, you put it at an angle, and then you just take your scissors and trim it, line it up so they all line up just the same. She stamped in Merry Christmas, or you could print it off, and then you have your fun element. And that's a really cool vintage Santa. I love that. And on the inside, you have, she says, ho, ho, ho. And I love it. She goes, hope that your Christmas, holly and mistletoe, happiness that, okay, that's all weird. Holly and mistletoe over the threshold. I can't read that because I can't quite understand which direction I should be going here. Hope that your Christmas order is filled with holly and mistletoe over the threshold and happiness that occurs throughout the year. I think that's how it's supposed to be read. That's complicated because you think you should read it this way, but it goes like this. And then it says Merry Christmas. That's fun. And she has actually printed this from her printer, cut it, and then placed it. And same from here. So there's nothing wrong with using your printer as part of your elements, either from like printing off pattern paper or printing off a stamp or printing off your sentiments. It's really smart. All right. We have another couple from Christina Matthew. Look at these fun ones. So again, we have great ways to use some of your pattern paper. This time she created a block element here out of a square. So she cut each of these to fit perfectly so you can still see the black in the background. Don't ask me what the colors are or the measurements are. She probably has it somewhere. And then gridded it all out, have the Merry Christmas. And again, it's one of those stickers that's clear. So it looks like it's partly, it's like it's been embossed on there, or it looks like it's been heat foiled, but it's just a sticker. It's a fake out, easy way to do it. My lights hit it kind of funny, so sorry about that. Then she has to match that gold. We have the gold. Then she did white, and then back to the beautiful red, a little bird here in the center, a little cardinal, and then a double layer at the bottom in paper. So that's the white and the black, and then just a simple little bow trim. So really pretty. And then another stamping or another printed sentiment in the center, wishing you every happiness this holiday season and all the best in the new year. Very cool. And then one last one. She did a great job of like how to use up your pattern paper. How, like when you have a pattern paper pack, how to get as much out of it as possible. She nailed that. So here we have black cardstock, again, with that sticker on there, that Merry Christmas. So it just kind of blends in. And then we have a banner up at the top with red, and then a pattern paper, and then a whole bunch of tails that she has gone from small all the way up to large. And she's done 5 of them, graded them out, and then matched it on red and then on a white cardstock background. So really fun. And she did a couple of each of these, wishing you every happiness. That's the same as last one. So yeah, super cute. Okay, now moving on to Angie Venezel. Gorgeous cards. I love these. So here we have some fun ones from Angie. She's taken the same design. On here, obviously the trees are on the outside. Here are the trees on the inside. I'm guessing, I think, yeah, she's heat embossed. So this is where she is stamped and then white and then heat embossed at Walking in Winter Wonderland. She did it on the green. So depending on where the green was, depending on where she placed it, so it could have gone on either direction. And then she's matted it with the green on the background here, and then green, and then on the inside, best wish for you the holiday season. And a little extra stamp on the inside. Super cute. And then she also made these other gridded cards. So she picked a blue, or she did teal. I love the teal. And she's taken her pattern paper, the snowman globe. So the teal is coming from there, but there's also some blue in there. Here she stamped in teal, here she stamped in blue to make sure they all match. Added the grid, so it's just measuring out the right colors. So it's a great way, again, to use up your cardstock. all those pattern papers. And then she had some fun on the inside. Have yourself a merry little Christmas with some little snowflakes. Adorable. All right. Now we're moving into Kim Amaduro. So there are some gorgeous, gorgeous stamps out there, but they're large stamps. And sometimes you're like, how do I do a large stamp? Well, make it the entire card. Don't worry about putting all the extra fuss and muss in there when the stamp does all the work for you. So here she has this gorgeous little snowman with the word joy, and it's like stockings, and look, it looks like little stockings, and here a wreath and another stocking hung by the branches, and she's colored it all in and then added some little extra something at the bottom. She's got some like Wink of Stella in there and really letting the stamp do all the hard work. I mean, why not, right? Easy peasy. So fun. And then just doing it right on the front of the card. How easy is that? I love a good theme. So there are so many gorgeous stamps out there that are just simple trees, or it could be a blend of trees. Turn it into a scene. She's embossed the back of the white part of the card, and it's got little drops up here, and then it fades down so it looks like it's snowing. So it's thicker at the top than the bottom. She stamped it Celebrate the Season, a little reindeer or a little horse-drawn sleigh, and then matted it with green and then on red. So simple, so elegant. You know, if you've got some trees, it's a great way to do that. You could also die cut out trees. I mean, it's such a wonderful, beautiful card. I love cards like these. And then here we have some gorgeous poinsettias. This is all paper piecing. So fussy cut, paper piecing elements that are just one layer on top of another. You have the red in the back, and then we go to green, and then you add in the silver. And it just is all these fun colors. So it's 3 different colors of cardstock all layered on top of each other. And it looks so gorgeous. It's so much fun. And then on the inside, we have a Merry Christmas stamped on the inside. Fun, fun. Again, also from Kim. And then she has this card. And I like that she did it 2 different ways. So again, I think this is a Cricut cut or silhouette or, electronic cutting cutter, because you could either cut it where the entire card is the fun shape. So she did that on this one, and it's got the paper piece, snowman, the ho, 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 the Merry Christmas, and then you just glue it all together. Or you don't do the extra cut and you keep the back of your card full. So then it just becomes a layer on the mat on the front. So there's fun ways that you can change up your SVG elements if you're wanting to do Cricut cuts or silhouette cuts, where you can either have it fully cut or just do a partial cut, which is kind of cool. And here is another fun one where she turned the entire front of her card into a scene, and she's got the snowman with the bunny. She ink blended the back to make it look like it's kind of snowing, and it's got clouds. And then she stamped the elements here and colored them in. And then we have a Merry Christmas, little snow drifts, and just keeping it simple and letting the stamp do its work. And then on the inside, the warmest greetings of the season for every good wish for the coming year. And then again, also from Kim. Everybody's cards are so cool. I love this. All right. I'm a sucker for a flower. I love a good flower. This is like a poinsettia flower with a really cool element in the center. I mean, that's just a fun. And it's not your typical, like, what I would call a Christmas card, because it hits yellow, but it still has that kind of Christmassy vibe because it looks like it's, what is it? It looks like it's a poinsettia, but it's a little bit different. Oh, I'm so, Joan, I'm so glad that you're at least watching. And if you can participate, great, but I totally understand life gets in the way and sometimes it's just not feasible or possible. But yes, absolutely come and watch and enjoy and get inspiration. That's why I do these videos. So even if you're not part of the card swap and you don't swap the cards, please come watch the videos and get some great inspiration for when you want to make cards for next time. So they're great. So here we have a beautiful pattern paper in the background, and it looks just like beautiful florals. Then she's matched the rest of the card colors with the white poinsettia, and there are white poinsettias, so I can't claim that's not Christmas. This gem is gorgeous though. A white border around that circle. Here we have a ribbon, and then she's hit that same yellow that's in there as well, and then you're opening it up. And then it says, warm wishes for our home to yours. Really pretty and elegant. And this is actually, it's not just a flap open like this. It is an opening, so that would be the full card, but then you fold this in half and it gives you that really kind of cool extra element. So when it sits really cool. It has a fun element for sitting, and it's really like 3-dimensional. So this is by Shell. She's, I believe, new for our card swap this year. Here we have another beautiful poinsettia. Sucker for poinsettias. I love poinsettias. So here we have a stamped and then die cut, and she's just kept it simple with the red on the red. And here we have the green on the green. It's gorgeous. The pattern paper of more poinsettia to really like etch in and nail in the idea of a poinsettia. We have a banner here of green paper to contrast. Beautiful. This has been embossed and it looks like it's been overlaid. No, it's a vellum that's got flocking on it. That's what it is, because it's got a texture to it. This is why I love actually having the cards in my hands, because I can feel the texture. It's just too pretty. And then we have a Merry Christmas and a little bow. And then we got lots of layers. So all that front panel is on white, then it's on red, and then it's on a white card in the back. And then card opening. Very pretty. Now we're moving into another fun one. So this is I believe it's a die that you can get. And it looks like it's a whole bunch of little stamps. I want to say this might be Eileen's die, Eileen Hull, but I'm not sure. And then for each panel on the inside, she has done ink blending. So this might not be Eileen's. This might be somebody else's. And I believe this is ink blending. So I think it might be a die that has this specific ink, this specific stencil that goes with it, because they fit too perfectly in each element. And then it might have stamps that go with it. So it's probably some sort of kit is my guess. If anybody knows, I would love to know, because it's really super cute, because it looks like it's a whole postage set and it's all these stamps that are put together. And then she's added like sending hugs, first class mail. It's got the amount on there. So cute. So there's just all these wonderfully fun scenes. Here she has put Happy Christmas in black. Here she did it in gold. This one, she also added some paste to that. So here you can change it up and have some fun colors. This one's all just with ink. And then here she added the extra gold, but it's just really cute. And this one she did on craft, and this one she did on red. So really fun. I'd love to know where that came from, because it's really cute. The Happy Christmas, isn't that cute? Happy Christmas sentiment, because Christmas is happy. And also by Shell. It totally is happy time of year. All right. This is a fun shape card, and it looks complicated, but it's really, really simple. Basically, you take the base of your original card and you cut a diagonal and a diagonal. You take those two diagonals, you flip them over, you paste them back in, add your layers of cardstock in there, and add a fun element to the front, which she did in penguins. And it just creates a really kind of a fun card, because it has like this kind of cool pronged element to it. And then she's added some extra little fun pieces. I believe these are all like little die cut pieces, stamped Merry Christmas. And just for a little extra fun, she put some extra little snowflakes on the inside of the card. And that is also by Shell. And then last one from Shell. Look at these cutie ones. So it's like a Christmas jar. It's a mason jar with all the fun elements. So what a cute way to do a jar. Happy holidays. Looks like it's a wood panel with a brown. And then even the red, she's embossed it to look like a red brick building. So it's got a brick embossing. And then she's got all these fun poinsettias and the spray, and she's got little jingle bells and like the tied ribbon. Looks like it's almost something that you would get as a Christmas present, just that little jar. Super cute. And then open up, and then she's put a little by Shell. Let's get a little snowman with this one. Adorable. All right, we got a couple more. Ooh, that was probably really loud for Instagram. Sorry. I just reached over. Here we have, these ones didn't have a name on the back, so I wrote it so I wouldn't forget who it was. This is from Kimberly. So all the last cards are from Kimberly W. So look how adorable. So here she is done. It looks like she's masked it off. No, this has been stamped over top. So this has been cut out. So first she went through and she ink blended that background. She added the flicks of the water, or she actually took a pen to some of these. Or maybe this is a cardstock. I'm not sure. She either hand did that or that comes from a cardstock. Then she is stamped and die cut out, and that's what that little element here is. And then here we have wishing snowflakes, friendship, and winter cheer. But I love it's like a bear and a hedgehog and a kitty cat. It's a hedgehog who made them all. I mean, look how that's the most adorable little snowman set. Now I want it to snow here in Austin, because I want to make a kitty cat snowman. That is the most adorable thing ever. Or a bear snowman. That is so cute. We always think of like a standard snowman. I want to make an animal snowman now after seeing this card, because it's so cute. It's so stinking cute. So if she has done this by hand, she's done some ink blending in the background, or it could have been like a monopole. If you guys have done gel press monopolling, and then she's gone in and added like some little squiggles for the snow falling down with like a white gel pen, which you could totally make that background. It'd be really pretty. It's a gorgeous background. All right. Then we also have another couple from, who was that? It was Kimberly. Again, the background here. So I'm thinking, because they were all just a little bit different. So either it was one sheet of big cardstock, or she has made all of those. I'm not sure. Or it could have also been like a splatter with a white paint, and that's where all the flecks came from. So many different ways that you could do that. Again, same concept. We have the background. It looks like a sky. And then we have this element that she's die cut out, or she's fussy cut. I'm not quite sure, because here it's been cut in and then here it's not. So she might have hand cut that out, made that the whole base at the bottom of the card, and then stamped in a beautiful sentiment. May your holiday be as bright as your spirits are light. So look at a fun way to do a background, like build a scene, but it's not the entire card. It's just a portion of the card. And that's so smart. I love this idea of like a half card being done. So fun. And then open it up. Very pretty. And then her last card, got to finish off with the peace dove. So Noel, believe, rejoice, peace. I love this. Again, we have that ink blending background. It could have been watercolor. It's very possible she also watercolored this, because the thickness of her cardstock reminds me of watercolor paper. So she might have watercolored this entire background. On top of that, it looks like she's taken a pen and she's hand drawn in with a white gel pen all of the snowflakes, and they're all a little bit different. So it makes me feel like that's what she's done. That's my final thought of what she has done here, is she has watercolored the backgrounds and gone in with a white gel pen, and she's done that for all of these. That's my gut feeling here. It could be ink blending, but I think it's watercolor. And then we have the embossing here with the snow coming down, with the dove on top of there. I love, again, I'm a sucker for cool colors, so this is absolutely gorgeous. And then here we have the element right here, and then it's a side opening. So much fun. And then just like give a shout out. I know you're coming to watch the videos and I'm the one doing all the talking, but I did not make these. All of these amazing card makers have made all these fabulous cards. This is just a few of the smatterings. So if you joined us later in the video, these are some of the gorgeous cards that we have gone over today. And this is just the first of many of these videos. We only did 48 cards today. And if you send me all 20 or all 10 of your cards the exact same design, then you will have a couple of yours shown. But if every single one of your cards is different, because due to the amount of cards that come in, I mean, this is just the first video, and this was only like the first 10 people, 12 people that sent in cards. So I only showcase up to 5 cards per person. It's a random selection. If you have a couple cards that look similar, but they're kind of different, then I put that as one card together. Or I'm like, oh, that's a really cool technique, and I would love to show people. Or I'm a sucker for a fun opening. So it's just hit and miss about which cards I decide to put in there. And if I see a whole bunch that are like similar but different, I'll probably put them all in the video. So make sure to put your name on the back of the card, so I don't give your card back to you. And then also please make sure that your name's on there so I can give you a shout out. But just look at all. I am just in awe every time I do these cards. I just love these little characters. They're so much fun. And then, you know what? I had these 2 random bells. It makes me feel like these bells came off of these and then just popped off. I don't know what. Oh, there's a sticky there. So I think that's where it came from. Oh, and there's a sticky in the middle. Nope. That one has a sticky though, because I had these bells and now I know maybe where they went to. Such gorgeous cards. Oh, I do also want to give a quick shout out. Oh, and I had this written down and I forgot to, fudgers. Okay. Thank you. So whoever gave me this gift, I had it sitting next to their products. Somebody, every now and then, you guys are amazing, and you send me cutie little fun things in the mail and when I get these packages. And so somebody made this really cute little, it's like a pen holder and it's got a like paper pad in the back. And I use sticky notes and paper pads all the time while I'm working. So thank you so much. And I wrote it down and then I lost that little thing and I thought I had it written, but thank you so much for the kind gift. I really, truly appreciate all these wonderful gifts, and those that send me like hand letters where you write some things down. I love that too. I mean, it really does. Oh, here was another one. Oh, there's one more person. And this is who this came from. Sorry, there's one more card. I totally missed this. This one, and then this, I had it all together. I was like, why do I not have their stuff? Because it was all together right here. All right, so this is from Leslie. Leslie also sent me this really cute little project, like card, this thing right here. So here it is. Sorry, it was underneath a sheet of paper. That's why I missed it. So these are Leslie's cards. Your cards made this video. I love this. And she even wrote me like what she used. So I'm gonna leave this up on the screen for a quick second. So this is from Leslie Wigley. She used her stencil, her paper, her dyes, and her inks are all from either Stampin' Up! Or Tailored Expressions. You can read real fast. And if you're watching the replay, you can pause it if you like it. And I loved how she has changed it up. So some of the cards, the tag is in the center. So it's on the craft cardstock. This is one of those layered stencils, and she's done a few different colors of green, and then she had the white, and there's also a little bit of gray in there as well. So she said she used avocado, sweet basil, sugar cube, and sea salt. So those are the inks that she used. And she's got all the beautiful dyes. I love the scalloping on the edge. And then sometimes the dyes went in the middle because the stencil gave a section in the middle. Sometimes the tag was at the top because the holly is all coming down to the bottom. She added some extra splatters in there, which I think is just so much fun. And it's such a beautiful card. And she's just finished it on a white cardstock, and she's added her little stamp to the back, Leslie Wigley. Sorry, I missed that. It was hiding. So I know I truly appreciate all the little fun things that get sent my way. My daughter's going to want to steal this, but it's mine. All mine. And there was also another fun one that was popped in the mail from me, and it was a little Christmas tree, and it's got those little perler beads, and then she put a magnet on the back. So that's going to go on my fridge because I love it. It's so cute. So thank you again, everybody. So much hard work goes into all these gorgeous cards, and I truly appreciate every single person doing that. The little magnet tree was made by Colton Carts. I'm going to put the name up there, right there. I just can't, I put this on top of it so I wouldn't forget who it came from. But so all your wonderful comments, do not direct them to me. Direct them to all these amazing card makers who spent so much time making all these gorgeous cards and how putting them all together and then allowing me to do these videos. So all the different types of cards that are out there, because there's just so many cards. So I'm going to flip my cameras around here for a minute. So let me do a little flipperoonie here. Oops. Flip. There we go. Let me get this back up here. There we go. Stay. And you can see my camera right there. So we're going to do a quickie flip again. So thank you, everybody. Again, this is one of a few different videos specifically for the 2023 Christmas card swap. Anybody is welcome to join. We've had people from all over the world join the card swaps, and they have been absolute blast. I've had Bermuda, we've had United Kingdom, we've had United States, Canada. I know Puerto Rico is United States, but Puerto Rico. We've had all over the Netherlands. The only caveat is if you're outside the United States is the cost for shipping to ship it to me, and then the cost of shipping to ship it back. Right now on the website, I have it defaulted to, if you're sending 10 cards, there's a price, and it's just to return shipping and for the envelope, for the return shipping. And then for 20 cards, and I also have it set up for UK and Canada because those are the most requested countries I get. And it doesn't matter if you do 10 or 20 cards, the postage is the same. So you might as well do 20 because you're going to pay the same amount anyway. And we already have had a couple of Canadians. So yay, one of them was in this batch. So just keep in mind for shipping time, please get them to me. The deadline to put into the mail is October 7th. And then I have as my return shipping back to everybody by the end of October. So that way you have all November and December to enjoy your amazing cards and to give a little bit of time for shipping. So you still get them before, American Thanksgiving. I cannot guarantee Canadian Thanksgiving because that's in the middle of October, but plenty. Oh, you like my ink blending brushes? Thank you. Yes, that was from Make It by Marco. They're awesome. I have a couple of different ones. One is from Prickly Pear Stamps, and one is from Make It by Marco. The tiered one is Make It by Marco. But yeah, I love ink blending has been my favorite go-to. I just love ink blending right now, especially with stencils and the layering. It's like my therapy. I love it. So much fun. So thank you for everybody coming back. I know it's been a while since I have been live. Between all the different trips that we took over the summer, I had some edited videos that I had go up over the summer. And then between my retreats that I hosted live, and Pam was there and she was on earlier. I'm not sure if she's still on, but I've just been a busy girl, very, very busy girl. And then I've been a part of a People's Summit. So I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, been putting up a lot of short videos. So if you're really into the quick and fun little shorts, reels, whatever you want to call them, depending on which platform you're on, I put those out at least 2 to 3 times a week. So that eats up a little bit of time. But my goal is to go live every Wednesday or have a video every Wednesday. That is the ultimate goal, or as often as I possibly can. And so if you are interested in being part of the virtual retreat, which I have a select number of kits available to do all the projects that we're going to be doing together, but you can also join because there's lots of fun print and cut files that you can do, lots of projects with me, or I give ideas and also links to where to find the supplies. That will all be announced very shortly. I'm getting all the back end stuff on the event, getting together and getting all the kits all put together and ready to be shipped out. So stay tuned to that. And there's going to be giveaways and there's all kinds of cool stuff that goes along with that. So I can't wait for that to be officially launched. Looked for it towards the middle of September. So that's when it'll be coming out and everybody will be a part of it. So it'll be all good. So if you are still interested in joining the swap, link is down below. If you want to be a part of everything, I will also say if you are one of my YouTube members and you are part of my swap, you get an extra fun gift to put back in your package upon its mailing return to you. So that's just an extra little perk for being one of my YouTube members and you happen to be part of the swap. You get some fun goodies. So thank you everybody who's been watching either on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. I will see everybody. Hopefully if I get more cards in before next week, all have been sent to me. I picked up today. They were showcased in this video. If not, there'll be a different video for you next week. So I will see everybody next week, next Wednesday. So it's Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central is when I go live. Have an amazing day, everybody. And I will see you again next week, but always more videos, short videos, almost daily. There'll be another one going up tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.